Hello, my name is Phil Lewis. I'm the Executive Director of the Missouri Association of Secondary School Principals. Today is April 17, 2018. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. This week it could be you, the next week maybe another principal in a neighboring school district. After nearly a year being on every day and the end of the year pressures mount, and then you have another surprise. It's not the scheduled activities or the planned out days this time of the year. It's the unexpected bombshells that come flying at your door. This time of the year can be a very lonely time for a principal. No one knows what you're going through except maybe another principal. If you find yourself headed down or towards that woe is me mental state, call another principal. Most likely they have been in the same state of mind last week or last year. This is not the time of the year to be the Lone Ranger. Even he had a sidekick to rely on for help. Pardon the analogy, but this time of year, problems seem to come in flurries, and you feel like you cannot take one more snowflake on your back or your legs will buckle. Well, hang in there. Summer is coming. Do you have a Rudy? Arts, books, movies, and theater are all important for our society because of the stories they tell. The lessons they teach are emotional connections, and we should see the value in all aspects of art. The lessons they teach are emotional connections, and we should see the value in all aspects of art. We all have a favorite movie or movies, and we enjoy good books, a trip to the art museum or the art fair, or seeing a live performance on stage. I'm inclined to surmise that we often leave the stories for someone else to tell because the valuable stories seem to be hidden as a part of our normal day at school. One of my favorite inspirational movies is Rudy. Rudy's a real human being, and his story on the screen was pretty close to being true to life. Do you know that he was dyslexic? He did not find out until he was at college at Holy Cross. Did you know that he was only 5 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 165 pounds? Imagine going up against Division I athletes every single day during the football season and getting pounded for really absolutely nothing except being involved with a group. He sacrificed his body to make others better, knowing full well that he would probably never get to play in a game. He overcame the odds on many fronts and stayed focused on the dream of maybe getting a chance to run onto the field or maybe walk away from a degree from Notre Dame. Luckily, he played on a team where he was treated as a person and was embraced by his teammates for his contributions and his commitment to the team. Sometimes we see great acts of kindness for those less fortunate, either mentally or physically, and that's great. But what about that young man or woman who gives it everything they have every day when they come to school? What do you and your team do to support, acknowledge, or celebrate those young men and women in your school who show up every day and without fanfare make everyone around them just a little better? Well, we have a link, Framework for Safe and Successful Schools. You might want to take a look at it, run it off, or put it somewhere on your computer where you can go to it because it has great tips for safe schools and for the physical and emotional aspects that your students are facing and your school is facing on a daily basis. There's an assistant principal survey that we would like for you to take. The Missouri Leadership System is in full swing, and this year over 700 principals and assistant principals are participating in the program. We continually want to make that program better and try to expand the professional development program to include all kinds of principals from aspiring to retiring. So as an assistant principal, please take that because we need more information about what you do in your job and your needs. Jefferson City legislative updates. Well, the legislators are trying to get to the end of the session and pass what they can before the session ends May 15th. Because of the investigation of the governor and the House of Representatives, the Speaker of the House has been preoccupied and under a great deal of stress. As a result, movement of bills through the House is almost at a standstill. Many of the legislators are non-committal about pressing the governor for his resignation. There have been about 300 bills that have moved either from the House to the Senate or from the Senate to the House. The big bills educators have fought all year seem to be dormant at this time. The charter school expansion and the voucher bill are both not moving, But thanks to your efforts and those of other professional education organizations in Missouri, it has slowed. Our people in the Capitol will watch closely to make sure the bills don't get tacked on to other bills as amendments. Your voice really does matter. You'll find some other things in this week's update that'll kind of clue you in on what's happening with the state school board and what could happen between now and the end of the school year. Well, I hope your testing is going well. Outdoor activities are tolerable and the indoor activities are not all in the same week. Hope you're celebrating with your team of administrators and teachers every chance you get the successes that have been fostered by the united effort that you have taken to make great things happen. If you don't know it by now, it really is the principle of the thing. Have a good weekend.